Now forward deployed 10 F-35 stealth fighters to counter drug smuggling in the Caribbean. That's adding to what is already one of, if not the largest buildup of U.S. military forces in the region's history. Meanwhile, Venezuelan President Maduro continues to mobilize local militias to defend against what they perceive to be a coming attack from the United States. So let's get into where things stand as tensions continue to rise between the United States and Venezuela. Now, we do have some footage of these F-35 aircraft arriving in Puerto Rico on Saturday, which comes days after U.S. President Donald Trump ordered 10 of the stealth fighters to join the ongoing military buildup in the Caribbean. We're going to get into some details of that buildup, but first, President Trump was asked just yesterday, are you considering carrying out strikes on the Venezuelan homeland? Here's what he had to say.
And just on that, do you think we will start doing strikes on the mainland Venezuela?
Oh, we'll see what happens. Look, Venezuela is sending us their gang members, their drug dealers, and drugs. It's not acceptable.
Now, not a lot to be gained from that, but strangely, yesterday as well, we got this post showing a picture of like Maduro's presidential compound with a lot of details here, kind of maybe suggesting this could be a viable target. The timing here is really weird. This one here came from Marshall Billinglesa. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. He's a former assistant secretary for terrorist financing at the Department of the Treasury. He was the Trump administration's nominee to be undersecretary of state for arms control and international security affairs. I don't think he's actually in the government right now, but he just threw this thing out there like, hey, if you're looking for targets in Venezuela, don't forget about this one. He noted in his post that what you're looking at here has 5 underground levels. They're 40 meters deep. It's a 15,000 square meter facility underneath Presidential Archive Lounge. It has a situation room with video teleconferences, living quarters for the regime, a gym, refrigeration, and kitchen for 4 months and 150 people, oxygen for 25 days, Cuban security, randomly, and connects to the presidential hangar. This is just like tossing out there into the open, here's a good target possibility. Also, that's pretty detailed intelligence to just randomly pop up on X. Makes you wonder if it's like maybe not real, maybe made up. Either way, the timing there is kind of unique. I don't personally think that the F-35s are being sent to Venezuela to carry out strikes inside of Venezuela. I do think that's probably the next step if we could see continued escalation here, is the United States using some sort of standoff munition, like maybe the Tomahawks that are loaded to the brim on those destroyers off the coast of Venezuela, to go after cartel locations inside of Venezuela. I don't know that the presidential palace going after Maduro is necessarily in the cards right now, but as you'll hear President Trump say later, maybe it is. Not the strike against Maduro, but getting rid of him. Maybe, or maybe not. We'll see. It could happen. Might be a good thing. Who knows? Which seems wild that we're kind of going about possible regime change with that flippant of an attitude. The War Zone did some good reporting here. I'll link their article in the description below, adding some additional context to the deployment of these F-35s. You know, we always think of these as a